What's up, y'all? I just wanted to make a quick video. I want to talk about how LeBum is the reason Dwane Casey was fired. I want to talk about how the NBA is racist against black coaches, specifically Dwane Casey. And I also want to talk about how only 3 out of 30 professional NBA teams are actually watchable. So the first thing I want to talk about is put these windows up. The first thing I want to talk about is LeBron, LeBum, LeBitch, whatever you want to call him. In my opinion, LeBron James is the reason Dwane Casey was fired. Now follow me, or at least was one of the reasons. Now follow me. I genuinely feel this way because every single year, LeBron is seeding himself. Every single year, LeBron seeds his team so that they're damn near playing the same teams every single year in the playoffs. Almost every single year in the playoffs, who was LeBron playing against? LeBron is playing against the Pacers and the fucking Raptors every year. You know what I'm saying? Every single year, even back to the Miami when he was on Miami. This year, what? Were the Cavs the fourth seed? Some shit like that? They did that on purpose. The Cavs seeded themselves and lost games on purpose so that they would not have to face the Celtics or the 76ers. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. Cut the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And where's Adam Silver, or whatever the fuck his name is, where is he at? You know, talking about that. Because somebody said something, Mark Cuban, I think, said something about tanking, and then they fined his ass. Right? He spoke about tanking, they fined his ass. Right? But then when LeBron actually tanks so that they don't have to play the Celtics or the 76ers, where's Adam Silver at? Oh, right. I forgot. LeBron is the NBA's little bitch. So he can get away whatever he wants to. So yeah, after several years of LeBron and the referees fucking over the Toronto Raptors and the Toronto Raptors bitch ass, mental weak ass motherfuckers, you know, fucking himself over, you know, yeah, every single year LeBron is seeding himself so that depending on the competition. I mean, you guys call this dude the best player in the world, but he's playing against the same bum ass teams every single playoffs. And then when he finally is forced to play real competition, because the only real competition is in the Western Conference. When he's finally forced to play real competition, what happens? He wins one game in the finals and gets dominated by Kevin Durant. That's what happens. But for some reason, the ESPN is still saying that LeBron is the best player in the world. But anyway, that's how I feel about that. Yeah, if LeBron wasn't a bitch ass nigga and just actually played and seeded, you know, naturally and genuinely, they would have either played the Celtics or the Pacers, the Celtics or the 76ers. That's my opinion, and that's what I feel what would have happened. And Dwane Casey, maybe he would have kept his job, maybe he wouldn't have. But every single year, LeBron James is seeding himself so that he can play the Pacers or the Raptors because they know they can beat them. And this year he almost fucked up by cherry picking because the Pacers fucking won six out of them 7 games, but they just so fucking stupid they don't know how to finish the damn game. So next subject. NBA is racist towards coaches. I mean, I don't even really want to speak on it too much longer. The NBA is racist against black coaches is obvious. Every single black coach that gets up in there, they get them the fuck up out of there. And it's just really sad. You know what I mean? Like, you have so many. I mean, you can physically see all the white coaches that don't produce. The perfect example with star players, the perfect example is Billy Donovan. He doesn't produce shit, but yet his job, can you imagine that? Can you imagine going to work every day and not producing shit, but you go home and you genuinely don't feel fearful of losing your job? Can you imagine that? Because I can't, and nobody I know can. So that's pretty much it. From Derek Fisher to Byron Scott to, I'm gonna give Jason Kidd an honorary, you know, he's like, I give him an honorary, nigga pass, or whatever. Uh, so many black coaches, man. I can't even, Isaiah Thomas, they ran him out of there. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying these coaches were great, but you have a lot of white coaches that are around forever and don't produce shit. So that's just pretty much my point. I can't really remember any other black coaches, but I know it's probably too many. You know what I'm saying? And the last point I wanted to touch on was, how is it possible that there are 30 professional, keyword professional? I really want you guys to really think about that word, professional, NBA basketball teams, and this season only 4 out of 30 professional basketball teams were actually it's a fucking cop over here, like behind me, and I ain't got my seatbelt on. This bitch ass nigga. But anyway, I don't know how it's possible. This idiot going, oh my god, he fucking up my whole video, you bitch. But anyway, whatever. I don't know how it's possible how you, as the NBA, you put out a brand, you put out a product that's supposed to be somewhat, I don't know, goddamn watchable. You know what I'm saying? And alright, there you go. Fucking up my whole video, man. I hate 12. But anyway, how, I don't know how they want people to take them seriously as a product when you only have 4 teams that are watchable. You only have 4 teams that are competitive, which are, everybody knows them, Golden State Warriors. Honestly, the Cavaliers aren't competitive. They're just, the referees just give them all the fucking games they want. But you have the Cavaliers, you have the Houston Rockets, which they haven't proven anything, but I mean, they're on their little run, and you have the Boston Celtics. But in this video, I put 3 out of 30 teams because you see what happened to Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, and that team is completely depleted and is not the same team that should be playing right now in the playoffs. And I feel like in my heart, if Kyrie and Gordon Hayward were playing, that would be easy work, and they would take care of LeBron really easy. So, but whatever. So that's what I'm asking you guys. How do you feel about watching a professional sport that has 30 professional teams, but only 4, and now only 3 teams are watchable and competitive? How do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about spending money on that? Having to pay for league pass. I don't pay for shit. It's not worth, you know what I mean? I see everything for free. I would never pay for that shit. But how do you guys that do pay for it feel having to pay for league pass? You know what I'm saying? They charge like $30 for one game. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And you're spending your hard-earned money. And when you watch these games, the majority of the games are blowouts or just flat out boring. You know what I'm saying? So how do you guys feel about that? You know what I mean? I think it's unacceptable as a product and a brand. It's unacceptable. So at the end of the day, what kind of sport are we watching when before the season even starts, you know what team is going to win, not because you know what I mean, like that's your team and you really like that team, but you know that there's just no other team, there's no group of grown ass men that can play basketball on the same level as these other grown ass men. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it's a damn shame. You know what I mean? And I think Adam Silver is I just don't like this guy, man. You know, from from him, just treating LeBron like a straight up bitch to, him putting these advertisements on the jerseys now. I just don't fuck with it, man. I mean, damn, you gotta at some point you gotta save the integrity of the game and the sport that people fall in love with. You know what I'm saying? Just to give you a metaphor, like when I fell in love with rap when I was younger, it was a certain way. It was integrity. It was real. You know what I'm saying? People talked about, for the most part, a lot of rappers were talking about what they really been through, and a lot of the rappers that I listen to, if they were talking about gangster shit, they would really do gangster shit. But now today, you have rappers, and every rapper, their name is Lil whatever, Lil Condom, Lil Bo Peep, Lil Dick, Lil PP. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Lil Fetus. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but the point is, they talk about all this gangster shit, but then you come out the house with rainbow hair. You got pink hair. You come out the house, you got all these piercings in your nose, and you got to come out the house with toe rings on. You know what I'm saying? So the feeling is gone, and it's just gone. You know what I'm saying? The reason why you fall in love with the game, the genre is completely gone. You know what I mean? And it's just fucking sad. And all it is the NBA is really fucking up, that feeling, and they're trying to make a quick buck with these, the advertisements on the jerseys, and a lot of the new rules that they're making. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about making a 4 point shot. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's becoming a circus, and they're trying to make a quick buck and be more of an entertainment, to I don't know, the younger generation, opposed to upholding, you know, just the traditional sport. You know what I'm saying? And really focusing on that. So I wish that there was I wish the NBA had more teams of players, that were competitive. And it's sad that as a spectator, you know what I'm saying, like as a fan, that I gotta fucking wish for that. These grown men are getting paid millions of dollars to dribble a basketball, and they can't even make free throws. The guy you call the best player in the entire world can't even fucking make a free throw. Nigga, it's free. You understand? And that shit just enrages me, bro. Because at the end of the day, how I look at it, if that's the case, any of us could be on the court. If that's the case, if all they doing is going out there, turning the ball over, missing wide open shots, missing free throws, if that's the case, any of us could be out there doing that same shit and making a motherfucking income. It's a fucking perv ass nigga right next to me. Look at this nigga. Fucking perv ass nigga over here. I don't know if y'all can see him. Acting like he never seen pussy before or some shit. But anyway. Making me fuck on my video. But it just makes no sense, man. Any of us could be out there. I personally go to LA Fitness, so I go to basketball gyms, and it's what I see, like the level of competitiveness and the willpower to win in there. I see more in there than I do on when I'm watching a professional basketball game, and I'm telling the truth, man. You know what I mean? Especially when niggas gotta call their own fouls. You know what I'm saying? Like in the NBA, If you breathe on a player, and I'm not even, and you know, we're not even, I'm not even being dramatic. If you breathe on a player, they're gonna call a foul, man. Especially on LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? This dude, you would think he invented traveling, the way this motherfucker forever running with the ball. But at the end of the day, my point is, it's a fucking shame that only coming into the season, only 4 out of 30 professional basketball teams with all these grown ass men, you know what I'm saying, are watchable and competitive. And then, of course, with injuries, now we only looking at 3 teams. 3 teams that you will actually put your money on and make it worthwhile, to watch or win some money about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. That's all I gotta say. If you guys fuck with me and you fuck with my, if you fuck with what I'm saying, or if you don't fuck with what I'm saying, hit that like, hit that dislike. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna I always go live, so if you guys want to participate in the chat, you know what I'm saying, just subscribe and hit the bell, man, and we can go back and forth. You heard? All right. I hope y'all have a good day. I'll catch you later. Low key.